Hello. Hi Jen, hi Dog God, hi Zenya. Hello everybody. I'm awake. I'm so sleepy. Let's see, which ones are... Okay, I think this is... they're like 4 minutes off. Okay, I'm just gonna use the autosave. How was the nap? It was so good. Oh, but I'm so sleepy. Okay, anyways. Okay, I remember the stars fell out of the sky. He got his cape back. The cat girl and the rogue dude went on another job, I think. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what's up. Very well then. But you won't munch on the shopkeep, will ya? Of course not. I'm well satiated from the innkeeper's creation. Alright then, let's go. Goodbye, innkeep. Enjoy your shopping spree. Oh, hello, new person. Well met, adventurer. Do my eyes deceive me? Minty in the flesh. Hello, darling innkeeper. It's good to see you again. It certainly has been a while. She has a dog. Must be hitting that 15-year mark, right? It'll be 25 years soon, actually. Doggles. Bippy. You know how I am when it comes to keeping track of time spans longer than a decade. I'm well aware. Good that you have me to drop in from time to time to remind you, I couldn't be more grateful. Oh, she has two. One's hiding under its arm. That's so cute. Okay. Is audio and everything good? I hope it is. Especially when you bring Casket and Kane along. Do cute service beasts still get a discount here? Always. So what's brought you back to the area? It's not your usual haunt. No, I generally prefer some volumes are good. Yay! No, I generally prefer something more moist. Huh. Not the word I would have used. But something akin to that. It's decidedly too arid around these parts for my tastes. And here I thought I would at least get to enjoy the recent downpour, but no. The stuff that came pouring down was unique. That's one way to put it. Destructive is another and possibly more accurate. But I'm just glad to see your tavern hasn't suffered the same fate as many of the streets and buildings I saw on my way here. Admittedly, the journey was already quite challenging to navigate with my wheelchair before, though the scenery has always been worth the struggle. But now, I'm afraid it wasn't possible to take in much enjoyment from the passing landscape. Not when I had to pay so much attention to not endanger myself and my sweet service beast. Only one? But she has two. You've told me of your struggles with traveling before. I'm sorry to hear that the recent events have made it worse. Oh well, we're here now, aren't we? And I do have to say, using the primordial vortex as a way to skip your veranda stairs is a marvelous accessibility touch. And quite impressive work, my friend. I'm glad to hear that my little spells are doing their job. I hope the cities will put similar care into rebuilding their streets. Flatter cobblestones would do wonders for many people like me. But believe it or not, I didn't come all this way to talk about the development of inclusivity and urban infrastructure. No, really. Shocking, right? I'm here on the hunt, one could say. What do you have your eyes on? Protection pearls. I've heard a few hushed whispers in my library. She's a librarian? Hello, hi. Folks say the pearls appear in the lonesome lagoon this time of year. Ah, those again. Good hunting then. Thank you. Though, while the pearls may be my main objective, I haven't decided to come to the town with only a singular purpose. I need to ask you for something, innkeeper. A good drink? No, my manuscript, darling. She called me darling. I believe 25 years should have been enough time to proofread it, yes? A very hot librarian. Her hair is cute, right? I like her little blue highlights. Ah, of course. I finished devouring the manuscript almost as soon as you gave it to me. It just took me a while to recall doing so, you see. Since it's been so long since I definitely got done with that. I did not read that manuscript, did I? Lovely. I'm glad I have such a reliable old friend to proofread my work. Would you like a drink while I try to engage my brain cells and remember where I put it? If you're offering, I'd be pleased to accept. Perhaps something to refresh my mind after my journey. I'll do my best. I did not read that shit. Let's see. Okay, this one or this one? I think this one will be best. Well, this one's further, so we'll do that. We'll throw this in. Oh, it did not go in. Oh, we'll throw this one in actually. And then a little bit of you. And a little bit of you. And then a little bit of you. And I thought I had to put in more. That's it. Peak sunrise coming right up. I thought very hard about making the perfect drink for you. I've missed this. Good to see your mixing skills haven't diminished one bit. In fact, I think I might be coming up with an idea for a new story. Let me note this down real quick. It is a very pretty drink. I like the little green that's on the handle of it. And it's glowing. Take your time. So, while I enjoy your mixology no matter what you put in front of me, I'd enjoy it even more if you could recall the location of my very precious manuscript. Why'd she leave it with me for 25 years? You know, the one I lovingly worked away at for almost half a century. How old is this woman? 50 years? Whilst my library came to be? Certainly. It should be just below this pile. No, wait. I must have put it over there, actually. Alright. Given this ongoing battle with your organizational habits, it might take you a bit longer to recover it. And I have some pearls to get to. So how about this? I'll return in about 7 days, and then I can tell you all about my pearl hunt in exchange for my manuscript. My proofread manuscript. That would be helpful. Good. It was nice seeing your weary face again, Innkeep. Weary? Do I look that tired? Likewise, Minty. I like her eyebrow split too. Does she have a lip piercing? Have a safe and pearlful journey. Huh, I'll try. She looks younger to be 50 or however old she is. She has to be over 50 because it's been 25 years, so that's 75 years already. and she had to be old enough to actually write a book and visit a tavern. So she's like way older than that. So she's not human, basically. I have snacks. 7 days should be enough to read a manuscript, right? I think it's gonna be all the ones about Zofford. Yes. Okay. There is slight unrest in Zofford. Rumor has it an archmage is looking for their familiar who went missing lately. Snacks. Yes. She does have tattoos. I wonder if that has to do with her longevity. I'm eating pita chips and cashews. Zofford's decks are a popular viewpoint for animals interested in a nighttime vista. Surely only a sea witch can be responsible for this. There are a lot of people in Zofford. Someone is bound to know something about the missing familiars. What are they hiding? A scandal in Zofford. The lively port city of Zofford is known not only for its docks, but also for its large community of mages. Lately, there seems to be something mysterious going on there. The familiars of several archmages have gone missing and are nowhere to be found, but it's a big city. There must be someone who knows something. Could their disappearance be related to the tale of the sea witch who also cursed the Zofford's docks? Oh. The transition's always cute. Act 2, Starlight Sonata, Crossing the Threshold. Oh, hi. The little frog is adorable, isn't it? Its name is Ondu. Hi, Fable. Good morning, innkeeper. Could you please make me a drink? I need something to wake me up and help me feel agile again. Of course, Fable. Just get a moment. Just a moment. Agile. Probably just... No. What was it called? Okay, no. This one. There we go. Yay. Here you go. Thank you. I feel much better already. Long night? Very. Turns out there were a lot of farmers who needed help. Regret offering it? Not at all. I really enjoy being able to help people. Before I just used to wish I could help, but I never felt competent enough to try. It's fun to try. A bit exhausting at times, but I think I much prefer this over waiting around. I still could use a bit more practice though. That's fair. Just make sure you also practice taking breaks. Very true. Very true. Take care of yourselves. You'll have a much easier time helping other people if you're not close to passing out yourself. That's what I have your drinks for. My drinks are not a gateway to burnout. I admire your kindness, Fable, but you too should fall under the umbrella of people you're being kind to. I mean, I am pretty good at falling. You're pretty good at a lot of things. I try. I know. Stay and have a rest now, okay? Okay. Thank you. Oh, hello. Good day to you, innkeeper. Good day to you too, adventurer. Yes, an adventurer. That is what I am indeed. Oh, that made him so happy. I come here seeking a drink. What a coincidence. I do happen to have some of those in stock. What can I get you? What kind of drinks do adventurers usually get? Whatever drink they desire. Then, well, I could do with something that tastes good. Of course. Perhaps something that could protect me from my foes. Defense is the base of every adventurer's skill set, is it not? Possibly. Let's try it out. What an interesting man. Okay, we can do Frosted Lagoon or First Snow. Yeah. Those are the two most. I'm gonna do First Snow because that one's pretty. I do. Okay. Wait, why won't you let me it's not letting me put it in. There you go, undo. Okay. Yay! There we go. Liquid protection against your foes. Now for half the price. Thank you so very kindly. Do you like it? Well, yes, of course. Then you should say so. I apologize. I forgot to do the thing where you say your words out loud. Oh, that's a gorgeous drink, isn't it? I like how the snow is falling over it. He forgot to speak out loud. Okay, fair, it happens. I get that. Now that you've acquired a drink, care to introduce yourself? How incredibly rude of me to forget. I am Gustav Archibald Richmond III, son of Lord Gustav Albert Richmond II and Lady Dorothy Bridget the 27th. The 27th! An up-and-coming hero from Winmore, and who might you be? The up-and-coming innkeeper of Zenith. Happy to have you here. And I'm Fable, of the Ashen Grove. He's so excited. You're Fable? Yes. Is that a bad thing? The Fable that saved Tregarn from the werewolves? The very same. Wow! What an incredible pleasure it is to meet you. I've heard so many things about you. Fable has a fanboy. Oh, good things, I hope. Of course. They say you single-handedly persuaded the werewolf to give up his wicked ways and reunited the family. That's one way to put it for sure. Fable is becoming known famous. Aw, yeah! Our baby's giving everything they wanted. They do have a way with words. Incredible! A true hero indeed. They spoke of you helping with the aftershocks of the Starfall as well. I mean, that's a given. I tend to help out where I can. Yippee! Oh, my elbow just popped. You truly have the heart of a folk hero. How admirable. What about you, Lord Gustav Archibald Richmond III? What are you the hero of? Well, I'm, currently leaving my backstory era. I'm in the first act, so to speak, on my journey of becoming a full-blown adventurer. You're a theater kid. I've had a bit of a late start, but I shall catch up with haste. Also, Archie is just fine. You don't have to say the whole thing every time. Human, 24. A swashbuckler. Ooh. Archie is a noble son of an influential family from Winmore. He's quite out of touch with reality, growing up around books instead of everyday people. He wants to experience the adventurous life he always read about, especially after hearing the tales of Fable, the folk hero. Aww! Fable's like his personal hero. That's cute. What is this? Oh, the quest. Okay. Well, Archie, if it's haste you're looking for, I can help with that. Someone gifted me some gold feathers a few days ago. Prepared as an infusion for the right drink, they can hasten you up in no time. Really? That's spectacular! I always thought those things were myths or legends you only read about in books. Do you read a lot? Ah, you know, sometimes. Not that much. You should. You sound like someone who enjoys adventure, and books are so full of them. They are! I'm just too cool for books. Ah, he's trying to figure himself out. That's adorable. Books are cool. You think so? Yes, I do. I mean, look at the Innkeeper's Journal. It's super cool. The coolest. Oh, well, actually, maybe I do read quite a bit. I'm sorry for being so weird about it. Don't worry, we're all a little weird sometimes. What kind of books do you like? Anything full of adventures and heroes and adventuring heroes. They're just like me. Obviously, my parents would much prefer if I read about other things, such as books on etiquette or the newspaper. I'm sure they would love it if I wrote a dissertation on the intricacies of Dyria negotiations, or even became a diplomat myself. But I think I would fare much better as a savior of this world, don't you think? In Dyria negotiations? I'm unfamiliar. It's all terribly boring, really. They're renegotiating trade routes due to the collapse of a canal bridge that was hit by a horde of spinal rhinos. It's not going all that well because they can't agree on who should pay for the repairs. The mainland or Dyria itself. Just thinking about it puts me to sleep. Can't they just pay half and half? It's a rumor. A crash of spinal rhinos collapsed the canal bridge connecting Dyria to the mainland, spawning the worst thing of all, budget discussions. Budget discussions suck. Then perhaps we should get back to more exciting topics. You'd think 50-50 would make the most sense. Yeah, but probably neither of them want to pay. How do you plan to start off your hero's journey? By doing something heroic, of course. Kingdoms don't always have the smartest people, though. Yeah, and kingdoms tend to have greedy people is the issue. What's something heroic I could do? You could start by helping the local farmers. They're still rebuilding their homes and relocating their cattle as we speak. Great idea! How much gold should I give them? Gold? I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't mind gold, but I was thinking about lending them a hand. You know, physically, with your literal hands. Ah, okay. So I would go to the farmers and ask what they need help with. Of course. That sounds... I shall figure it out. Thank you for your inspiration, Fable. It has been an honor meeting you. I hope we shall cross paths again. Till my next quest, Innkeeper. Till then. That was... adorable? Weird. Not because of him. He heard about me being a hero. That doesn't sound right. But you are a hero. Not really. I didn't even do that much yet. Not enough to be as inspiring to anyone anyway. There are much greater heroes than me out there. He wasn't impressed by other heroes. He was impressed by you. That's nice. You don't sound very happy about it. I am. It's really flattering, but I just don't think I did enough to deserve his praise. I'm just some elf. It's not for you to decide who's impressed by you and who isn't. I'm personally going to keep bragging about knowing Fable, the great hero of Ashen Grove and the savior of Tragarn. Alright, I get it. Thank you, Innkeep. I'll try better to accept compliments. Good. Oh, hello, Zephyr. Oh, hi, Kitty. Hello, Innkeeper. Hello, Fable. Hello, Melly. And hello, Malachite. It's good to see you both again. Likewise, right, Mel? Aww, she gave him a nickname. Can I offer you two a drink? Actually, you can offer us a quest. Are you talking about the one you just picked up by any chance? Your incredible deduction skills strike again. I'm only trying to match wits here. So, you're interested in saving those poor familiars? I am. Missing familiars, silent wizards, clues leading to a seemingly dead end? This sounds like a case for the world's greatest detective. And her sneaky assistant. Aww. She's so cute. Oh my god. They do sound like a great team. They're not a team. But they are going on a quest together. They are not. Then why are you here? She didn't want to come here alone. Oh my god, they're so cute. She said she can't reach the quest board. And I needed a drink anyway. So you're sending Melly on a quest alone? As is customary. That's how the Shadowbanes have always handled it. Melly isn't part of the Shadowbanes. But she wishes to walk the path of thieves. So she must embrace their lifestyle. I think she's trying to walk the path of a detective. And that just sounds dangerous and negligent. I agree. You're not coming with me? Oh, Melly, don't cry. No. Why not? I just explained that. Badly. But you have to come with me. Oh, Melly, my sweet precious child. Why? It's clearly a job for two people. There's no job that can't be done alone. What if I need to sneak into the crime scene to gather evidence? Didn't you want to go on this quest to test your stealth training? But what if I get nervous? What if I forget how to be stealthy? Or what if none of the familiars want to talk to me? I don't know, Melina. And what if I come back and you've been eaten by a T-Rex? Who cares? I do. Aww. I think you should go with her. I think you should mind your own business. And I think you should make better decisions. Melly is right. You make a good team, especially for this case. So stop hiding from the imaginary T-Rex of emotional vulnerability and just go on this familiar themed vacation. You might even enjoy it. Listen, Melina, even if I wanted to come with you, I couldn't. I've got obligations, things to do. You're a thief. You don't have fixed. Well, working make better decisions is crazy. Yeah, the innkeeper did not hold back. Goddamn. You're a thief. You don't have fixed working hours. And you don't have any other friends waiting around for you. Maybe not, but I do have a sheepfish to take care of. You have a sheepfish? I do. His name is Rufus and he doesn't do well alone. Plus he needs to be fed. And to do his daily crossword puzzles. Otherwise his wool will get strawy. Oh, well, you're right. You can't just leave Rufus alone. He'll get lonely. Yeah. I could take care of Rufus. What? Well, I live nearby, and I'm very good with animals, and pretty decent at crossword puzzles. That sounds like an excellent idea. What if Rufus doesn't like you? He will, certainly after one of Fable's famous lullabies. You sing? Sometimes? Maybe you can sing a song about how Mal and Rufus got eaten by a T-Rex while the familiars booed me out of town. I think I'd prefer a song about you and Malachite saving those familiars instead. Right, Mal? Fine, but just this once. See it as a final exam for your training. Yay! That sounds fun. Wonderful. So do you need any help on your quest? Don't know. What do you think, detective? Well, it's great that you would ask, mighty assistant. Please don't call me that. Okay, Mighty Mel then. No. How about John? Sure. His name is John now. So, John, thanks for asking. I have studied the quest given to us closely, and I have come to the conclusion that there is only one option. This is a classic case of finding the right clues sprinkled throughout the witness testimonies and piecing them together correctly. The townsfolk, the wizards, and the familiars. They'll all have different conflicting information, and we'll need to collect and untangle it all to see the whole picture. But to achieve that, we need to be charismatic enough to get the truth out of them. And for those who still refuse to talk to us, out of guilt or fear, we'll need to activate our stealth powers, find those hidden clues ourselves. Also, we should be quick so they can't destroy any evidence. I can offer you some of your golden feathers. They do come with a sweet aftertaste of haste. That way you should be able to make it to Zalford much quicker. Great idea! I think you underestimate the severity of the situation. What would you suggest instead, John? I agree with the stealth part. We could use a hint of dexterity to make sure we remain unseen for as long as possible. But I believe our focus should be on overpowering whoever is responsible for this. If they're making familiars disappear, they won't be interested in a discussion. Not a fair one, at least. We should fight first, ask questions later. No, ask questions first. I guess you got bored of the stealthy approach. Different problems require different solutions. If you're itching for a fight, may I recommend fresh phoenix chilies? Some fire resistance could be a big advantage against wizards or familiars. Whether a fireball or fire breath, you wouldn't want to walk in unprepared. Does Andu have fire breath? Technically, yes, but he's too lazy to use it. It helps a bunch with roasting marshmallows, though. That sounds so good. I'd love to try Andu's marshmallows. I'll see if I can set something up when you return. Thank you. I think some s'mores could also help convince those familiars to help us. That's ridiculous. A dagger would be far more convincing. I think both could work. Innkeeper, what do you think? They definitely need a little bit of dexterity for sneaking around, but what should they pair it with? Haste for quick arrival, and charisma for smooth talking, or pure strength and some fire resistance. Now I want s'mores. I'm usually not a big fan of s'mores, but it does sound good. Let me think about it. Okay, I definitely am on the side of talking, so we're gonna say charisma and fleet-footedness. Where the heck is my charisma? Which one is charisma and dexterity? This one? No way, there has to be something better than that. Oh, this one. Because it just needs to read... Oh no, I'm going to do this one. And then... Phoenix feathers. There we go. Actually... No, because this one doesn't really go into this part a lot. What if I pour more of this in? Actually, hold on. What if I poured like some of this in? Is that a drink? No, it's not. Okay, we'll try it again. Phoenix feathers. Charisma and... Charisma should be full. I don't really have a recipe for that. Is this assigned to go fighting and dexterity? Or strength and dexterity? I don't really have anything for that either. I mean, this still technically reads the requirement. I'm just... This one also meets the requirement technically. I don't know. This is the first time I haven't had like a perfect drink. All I know is that charisma has to be full and dexterity has to be 1. I'm gonna do this one. Because it does feel like intelligence will be something they need. Ooh! I hope I didn't screw things up. I'm scared. I think this case needs a delicate hand. The best detective work is achieved through clever conversation. Huh! You're spot on! Guess this is how I die. Don't be so pessimistic. My drinks have your back. Do you think you're prepared to solve this case, detective? Yes. With your help, we'll complete this quest with haste. We'll be back soon. Best of stooping. I should go with them to pick up that sheepfish before they disappear into the night. Don't forget to sing him a lullaby. Rufus or John? Rufus. Right, obviously. I'm gonna go now. Bye, Fable. Have fun, Fable. Ooh, it's daytime. That was all in the morning only. Oh, hello. Innkeeper. Chrissy. Glad to see you're all right. Likewise. Good to see you and the tavern are unharmed. It's quite a disaster out there. And I'm just passing through. Don't have time to stay for long. Need to check on the cottage and the birds and Fable. I'm sure everything is as it was. The canopies of the grove are sturdy after all. Which is why I chose to make it my home. That and the landscape. I hope your trip was nice at least. Oh, it was. It felt good to recharge and refill the creative juices. We walked a lot actually. Almost mapped out the whole island. We also hiked to the foot of Borean Ridge, where the auroras touch the peaks. I heard the view is quite remarkable. It was. I'd never seen anything like it before. It was the first time I got to catch a glimpse of them. Also caught a glimpse of the infamous banshee. Everyone told us to avoid the lonely lagoon because of her, but it's too beautiful to ignore. I doubt the banshee means any harm. Everyone yearns for a friend after all, even scary creatures. It gets lonely as a monster sometimes. Everyone is scared of you. People shouldn't be. No one can choose who they're born as. We should accept them as they are. Chrissy is so sweet, what the heck? No wonder she's friends with Fable. I have a few patrons who'd really appreciate hearing that. And then I'd be happy to meet them. Speaking of which, I got you something. Oh? Remember the nymphs from when we last spoke? I do. I met one at the art convention. She was selling little homemade trinkets. I remembered our conversation and got you this. Oh, that's pretty. I thought you might appreciate it. I do. Thank you. We have so many decorations now. It'll certainly always have a special place in my heart knowing it came from you. Aw, you're such a sweet talker, but you can't trick me into giving you my name. I thought her name was Chrissy. What would I want with names? Nothing good, that's for sure. But for realsies, I have to leave now. I've been gone for too long. See you around, Innkeep. See you around, Chrissy. Take care of yourself. Always. There's power in the name. Actually, ancient mythology used to say that knowing a demon's true name gave you power over them. Oh my god, who is this? Baya. Good to see you again. It's been a while. Yes, a while. A while. 6,000 years. 6,000 years? I am not that old. More like 2 months. Oh, I thought I had hibernated longer. You hibernated? At this time of year? It was for the Bloomtide Festival. It happens near my swamp every year during the Dreaming Moon. Druids and bards join together in search of the moon pools for 2 whole weeks. They dance, they laugh, they scatter pretty little flowers everywhere. They hope if they can satiate the land, it will lead them to the reflection of the cosmos. You mean the set of mythical lakes that's said to reflect all of the 7 moons at once? Yes. Ever since the Twilight Chasm portal opened up within them, a mere 30 years ago, travelers have become increasingly obsessed with bathing in their beauty. Such festivities sound exciting. No! Oh, sorry. They're loud, with their songs and their arguing about getting lost in the endless maze of the marshes. And they walk around with torches of burning ember that they swing too close to my precious vines. Why would you bring fire into a swamp? It is a little rude. Exactly. You know, I tried to join them one time. Their dainty flowers intrigued me and I snuck up to them, dressed in my prettiest poison ivy adorned with thorns of the undying trees. And you know what they did. What? They chased me away with their fiery brooms, chanting, "Demon be gone," from the top of their tiny lungs. Aww. So now I hibernate every dreaming moon. That way I don't have to listen to their jolly tunes. Maybe you should give them another chance. Very few Gaians are familiar with the creatures of the bogs. Only the stories about their bone-crushing teeth. What's wrong with bone-crushing teeth? They think you might want to crush their bones with them. But that would be so rude. Aww. They don't think that way. But I think if they got to know you, they'd like you a lot. After all, you make the best flower crowns in all of Gaia. Maybe even Asteria. Those sound perfect for a festival. You might be right. Maybe I'll greet them with some flower crowns next year. I could even open up a seasonal flower crown store. I'd definitely buy one. But right now, I'm awake and thirsty. Do you have some swamp water on the menu today? I'm all out, sorry. Too bad. Something else then? Do you still have those drinks that make you as sturdy as tree bark? In case their torches come near me again. In fact, I still do. Give me one moment. Shouldn't we also give her some fire resistance, technically? Let's do Frosted Lagoon for this one. Some defense, a little bit of strength, and then a touch of charisma to make a Frosted Lagoon. Liquid tree bark just for you. Ho ho ho! Delicious. I feel I could devour any torch now. Thank you, innkeeper. What woke you up from your slumber anyhow? The night sky fell into my dirt hut. It burned my favorite weeping willow to bits. I am replanting it into many small sniffling willows. They are feasting upon the ashes of the stars that try to extinguish them. It's a powerful nutrient. Sounds tasty. After the trees and winds and pillbugs calmed down, I had planned to go back to sleep. All that calamity made me awfully tired. But when I tried to sleep, all I could focus on was this feeling spreading in my chest. Heartburn? Loneliness? Aww. I thought I should get out there and advertise my new spa. Because only crickets were visiting and they aren't very good at marketing. You know, maybe if people visit me instead of me visiting them, they won't chase me off. So I went to where I knew people could use my services, the werewolf camp in Arin Grove. I didn't want to intrude on their personal space, of course. So I just hung the coupons on pieces of thin red string in the nearby canopies, together with some jolly little bells so the wind would announce their presence. Like little spells that draw you towards the nearest mud masks. I hope they'll visit me sometime. I didn't know you opened a spa. It's new. I wanted to share my flowers and mud and pools with everybody, so we can all look beautiful together. That sounds wonderful, Baya. I agree. Aw, Baya seems so sweet. A bog creature, 555 years old. She, they, druid, moon swamp, chaotic neutral, okay. The lovers is her arcana, okay. Baya is an ancient swamp creature I've known for a long time. She has a very sweet soul, but other people tend to find her terrifying, even attacking her. They love spiders and opened up a swamp a while ago. Sadly, she hasn't gotten a lot of visitors yet. Oh, poor thing. Okay. Can I leave some of my coupons here? Yes. Thank you. Please hand them out to all your customers. I will happily share this fantastic offer with them. Ah, she emoted. You could also just come here more often and hand them out yourself. But there's no one else here. Except the jackdaw. I think that's the bird. Do you want a coupon, little creature? I will leave one in your nest. No one's here because it's almost closing time, Baya. You have to come by earlier, during the day, or earlier in the evening, or during events. But there will be people here. Yes, I believe that's the point. Oh, too scary. I shall go now. Don't forget to hand out my coupons. Will do. And there she goes. Oh, and that's the end of the day. A Starlight Sonata. Twin Flames. Twin Flames. Wait, flames? Hey, innkeeper. Hello. It's been a while since I've seen you around. A whole week, to be exact. And you already miss me? A little. Cute. I got my hands on a job all the way over in Diria. Seemed like something relatively easy, but well paid. Or like something too good to be true. Not this time. Apparently the farmer just wanted it to be done quickly, so she offered a higher than average rate. Sounds like easy money. Yeah, I wish. You know, I think I could use a drink first. Something that'll loosen my tongue. I feel like this job drained me of all my social energy. Only if I get to hear the rest of the story. Sounds like a good deal to me. Let's give her this one. Okay, and then before we continue the story, I actually need to use the bathroom real quick, so I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Here we go. One sunny breeze for... Oh, Jade. That's right. Our friend with the turtle. Welcome back. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's hope this suits your tastes. Your drinks never disappoint. Glad to hear. I can definitely feel my charm coming back to me. I made you a drink, now it's your turn. Tell me about your latest job. Fine, a deal's a deal. Is she like literal Jade? That's so interesting. Told you the client's a farmer, right? She has a large flock of two-headed sheep. Apparently that darn starfall damaged their barn, and they somehow managed to break out of their enclosure. Didn't think they were that clever, honestly. Must be the two brains. Probably. Oh, I'm confused which lines were mine. Whoopsies. Anyways, they got out right before their shearing appointment, and of course the farmer needed to get them back in time. Especially considering the rumors surrounding Dyria at the moment. Seems to be a dangerous place nowadays. Apparently an unusual amount of cattle have been going missing these last few weeks. That's not a good sign. So local folks have been keeping a closer eye on their flocks and fences. Of course, rumor unlocked danger zones. Dyria seems to be very unsafe at the moment, at least if you're cattle. A few animals have not returned home in a while. Of course, the farmer wanted her sheep to be safe, so she hired me to bring her animals back. Or so she hired someone to bring her animals back. That someone being you? Obviously. I thought to myself, I'm a monster hunter. Handling animals is basically my job. I'd say a monster hunter is rather known for, well, hunting instead of handling. That was exactly the issue. Do you know how stubborn two-headed sheep are? Let me guess. They're twice as stubborn as one-headed sheep? You got it. They're impossible to get moving, impossible to startle. One head might be eating, but the other one is always watching you. But you did it, right? I suspect you wouldn't be here if you hadn't finished the job. You're absolutely correct. I was at my wit's end. Imagine having fought hundreds, if not thousands, of beasts, and some sheep are the one enemy you can't win against. That sounds like an incredibly humbling experience. It was, trust me. But luckily I got some help. Another adventurer saw me struggling and offered her assistance and knowledge. Or should I say, a retired adventurer. Oh? Yeah, she was very insistent on that label. Some kind of astral fin folk. Must have lost her arm a while ago. Oh no. Back to the sheep. She told me there's apparently one thing that gets their full attention. You got any guesses on what that magical tool might be? I have no... Oh! You're here. Clovers! Morning dew clovers to be precise. They go absolutely feral for them. A few will make them follow every single one of your commands. But someone with your experience should know that, innkeeper. Do you two know each other? Barely. Huh? Keep your secrets then? Oh, so mysterious, innkeeper. I wanted to buy her a drink after she helped me out back there. Didn't expect you two to be best friends, honestly. So she knows about my secrets. I want to know about my secrets. Can she tell me something? I don't know my own secrets, girl. Best friends? I think you got that one wrong, Jade. I'd never befriend someone like her. I have taste. Ouch! What did I do? Well, that was unnecessarily rude of you, Una. You didn't even consider my feelings. Consider me sorry, Innkeep. Apology accepted. Speaking of taste, what about your drinks? I know you've always liked experimenting with potions and other suspicious liquids. Looks like you finally made it, huh? Indeed. I think I got the hang of it. Then what are you waiting for? Your old rival? We were rivals? Your old rival is waiting for a drink. Preferably one that will restore my energy. Those sheep made my old bones all wobbly, and I don't like feeling so weak. Got you. Let's see what that old magic has to offer. Don't worry. She might not look like it, but her drinks are actually real good. That's rude too. I bet. I'll just take that as a compliment, I suppose. They're both being rude. What the heck? Strength. Let's see. We can give her the ship one. Or the Southern Brawler. I'm going to give her the ship one. She seems like someone who'd enjoy that. Let's see. I'm probably going to have to use one of these. This one. Go in. Right? Yeah. So full of this. Oh my god, wrong one. JK. Pour some of that out. Strength. And a tad of defense. And the sailor's courage coming right up. We're seeing if she likes it. Oh, wow. Impressed? Don't get cocky now. You don't have to be shy. You can just admit I've improved. So, Una, Jay told me you're retired now? Had enough of the adventuring business? Absolutely. I don't want to have anything to do with that anymore. I've completed enough quests for at least 2 lifetimes. And yet you decided to help Jade. Ever had to handle a 2-headed sheep? Not yet. Lucky you. Lucky indeed. I couldn't watch her struggle with those stubborn beasts any longer. But this was a one-time exception. Did the farmer pay accordingly? After your morning dews Clover's magic trick. Oh, absolutely. She was so happy she gratefully paid both of us. That's good to hear. She even tipped us with some gems she supposedly found in one of her fields. But I'm a Maida. What is that? Does that have to do with the jade on her shoulders? Hold on. Okay, never mind. I can't find anything. And since I'm retired, I couldn't care less about material riches. So we figured we'd give them to you instead. But I wouldn't tell that pretentious blood dragon priestess if I were you. Feels like a blasphemous gift. Am I getting fallen stars? Citron. Oh, divine gems. A little blasphemous indeed. I think I know just the right way to use them. Thank you. Don't mention it. Now that we're done here, I can finally go back to crocheting for the rest of my life. Didn't get this hook put in for nothing. Of course, I also occasionally gotta rip off some youngsters while playing cards. I haven't lost a game in at least 4 decades. She's having the best retirement life. Finfolk, 68. She, her. So if we used to know each other and be rivals, I'm at least 68 or older. Neutral good. Okay. I've been rivals with Una long before the story even began. She was an adventurer back then, but is retired now. Even put her crochet hook on her stump of her arm. But there are some things about her that'll never change. I'm pretty sure she'll never stop stacking that deck, for example. That's remarkable. Or impossible for someone who's only playing fair. I think your lucky streak will end with me today. I've also never lost a game in at least a decade. Are you challenging me to a duel? Absolutely. And whoever loses has to pay for the next round of drinks. That's the spirit. I like you, bounty hunter, but don't come crying to me after I annihilate you. Huh, you wish. Jade, be on guard. You're worried about me? Cute. I just know for a fact that Una is a master at cheating. I doubt that's changed. So you're saying you've lost against her? More than once, yes. Pathetic. Hey, are you talking about me? Listen, Innkeep. If your opponent is obviously cheating, like she was, you can beat them fair and square. You gotta beat them at cheating. Now watch how a real master does it. Sorry, hold on. Oh, okay. Pathetic is crazy. I know, right? She's like, you just have to be better at cheating. Okay, you guys have fun with that. Oh! Good day. I have returned, Innkeeper. She really said skill issue? I know, right? Welcome back, Miss Anwar. And welcome... He looks so himbo golden retriever coded. This brave adventurer's name is Claymore. He offered unexpected support during my quest. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you so much on behalf of, the world. Yes, of course. The world, Mr. Clay. You don't need to do the whole Mr. thing. Just Clay is alright with me. Otherwise, it sounds so formal, like talking to one of those graph people. Oh, you wouldn't want to be one of those. Clay it is then. The raven on his head is so cute. That's my bird, actually. That's just how tall he is. The bird's sitting on the pole above him. His eyes are sparkling. That's really cute though. Can I offer you both a drink in exchange for the story of how you two met? Oh, yeah. That would be a fun trade, right, Tia? I think I would welcome it as well. Then what can I get you? Clay, please go ahead. Oh my. You've got a lot of stuff on the menu. Did the bones just... Oh my god. How about one of those drinks with ingredients? You look strong. How about something extra for those muscles? That sounds nice. Let's go with that. 1 minute. Strength. Okay, let's do a Southern Brawler. He seems like he'd appreciate that. What does this give? Oh. Nice. That's cool. I want to give him that infusion. A Southern Brawler. Try this. I think it might knock your socks off. This tastes strong. This tastes strong. And magic-y. But my socks are still on. Still, I love it. I'll have to remember this one for next time. What is it called? Don't worry. I'll remember it for you. Thank you. Now, Miss Anwar, what would you like? I need some of that liquid vigilance. Even in here, it's important to stay on guard. Wouldn't this be the right time to relax? There is no such time. All right, then I shall aid you in your divine mission of not falling asleep standing. We'll give her a first no. She's so pretty, I know. I love her hair. So much volume. I need to use an infusion. 'Twas not aware. Oh, that's a little too much. Now what is it? Is it a first no? Brother, you need to give me a sign. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. There we go. Some liquid vigilance diluted with some delicious secret ingredients. Enjoy. I could do with something less diluted, but you're right, it's delicious. Happy to hear that. Do we get to tell the story now? Please, go ahead. You think I should start with the seashells? No, I think some exposition is in order first. As you already know, Innkeeper, I plan to start my investigation right here in Zenith. Oh my god, it goes fast. I was auto-playing it. Investigation here in Zenith, specifically at the local Guile Temple. So I've been told. Mostly about the wobbling ooze. Ah yes, that was certainly something. Unfortunately, besides their fascinating personal secrets, they had nothing of value to share with me. But fortunately, thanks to your rumors, I was not entirely without a lead. The wizard's prophecy led me to Dalwell. Or should I say, the Abandoned Isle, or Fairweather. The names change depending on who you ask. I didn't know it had that many names. I always just called it Kelpie Island. Why? Because it's shaped like one. Probably the smartest approach. Kelpie Island or Fairweather, its name means very little to me. Its local settlement of Fae was much more relevant. They built everything into the giant sequoia that holds their portal to Avalon. Their portal is in the tree? Yes, right in its center. They call it the Horizon Tree. It's beautiful. The Fae themselves were moderately helpful. It was difficult to get them to focus on the severity of the situation. And I was pretty sure they were preparing some sort of morbid ritual with the acorns that they were stringing up between those rose bushes in asymmetrical shapes. Oh, I always thought those were art projects. Common misconception. It sounds more like they were planning to charge them with astral moonlight. For what? If you freeze them, they make for good ice cubes. Do you participate in such practices? Not at the moment. I'm just not going to question that. Eventually, I got them to sit still long enough to ask them about any strange occurrences around their settlement. Did they understand your definition of strange? After some explanation. They told me about how just recently an astral humpback whale had rampaged through one of their nearby scouting camps. Just 2 days before the stars fell. They said it seemed like it was running from something and that it was full of seething fury. They also claimed it to be a good sign because it promised adventure. Seems like an understatement. Majorly. I mean, it did end up in some kind of adventure. Investigating disaster is not an adventure. It is a necessity of dire circumstances. I had fun. That makes two of us. It certainly was a sign of something being awry, and I was determined to get to the bottom of it. So naturally, I made my way to the nearby Karapachi beach and prepared a celestial summoning ritual under the young astral moon. For the humpback whale, I suppose. What else would I be summoning? I thought that maybe you wanted to ask Cassiopeia for her input. Are you out of your mind? The Realm Keepers have sworn a divine oath of neutrality that prevents them from directly interfering with the simple world of us mortals. The full might of their powers could disrupt the delicate balance of their cosmic design. Right, sorry, slipped my mind. You are forgiven. As I was preparing the ritual, readying myself to confront the troublemaker, I suddenly found myself being interrupted by a strange request. That was me. I asked her if she needed any more seashells. Did she? I did, actually. Pairing dragon head tritons and flimmering limpet shells can heighten the dual aspect of the celestial twins, therefore making the connection to the astral sea more stable. Obviously. I hadn't managed to find a limpet shell, and one happened to be among his offerings. I honestly thought she was just decorating the beach and that she could do with more color. You weren't wrong, in a way. Sadly, the shells burned up during the ritual. Singed Tia's hands, too. Just a little bit. Fortunately, I possess a spectacular healing capabilities. Fortunate indeed. Were you collecting seashells for beach decorating, or your very own ritual, Clay? I was collecting them for my friends. At this time of year, Kelpie Island is full of all kinds of sparkling, floating animals from the astral sea. And they love munching on seashells. Do you encounter these creatures a lot? I try to. They're very nice. Clay can talk to animals. Gaia's blessings rest upon him. Fantastic. It is. Though I'm not always sure they like talking to me. They tend to disappear sooner or later. Sometimes they come back, but often they don't. I think maybe I accidentally say things that upset them without realizing it, and they think I mean to hurt them. I hate when that happens. Oh, he's crying. I feel so bad. You mean they just disappear like they were never there? Yes, like they moved to a different, quieter beach. Or like they returned to the astral sea. I feel like they would tell me if they went back home. Not necessarily. Many Austrian creatures can traverse the plains at will, but they don't always have control over when they return. On many occasions, the astral currents pull them back home before they're ready. And once you're swept up in them, each subsequent journey out becomes more and more difficult. Or so I've been told. I would guess your friends either went home when you weren't there or got pulled back before they had a chance to say goodbye. So you're saying the sea swallowed them? Not quite. It just beckoned them home through a celestial hug of sorts. So that means I could visit them in the astral sea? That would be an incredible undertaking. Traveling between planes is quite hazardous. It is, but echoes are from the primordial sea, and my family has lived there for quite a while, I think. They must have gotten here somehow. They say it was much simpler to traverse between planes once. But for a long time, it has been almost impossible without complicated and dangerous rituals. Until recently, the astral sea was the only possible way to pass through barriers. And accessing it requires meticulous planning, not to mention the sea tends to come with more risks than rewards. Even your Austrian friends who can choose to leave their home plane on a whim get pulled back by the currents eventually. Imagine what would happen to you if you went in unprepared. But the Fae on the Kelpie Hold on. But the Fae on Kelby Island aren't from Gaia either, and they told me they haven't lived here for very long. Since the 5 interplanar portals opened up, interplanar travel has become a lot more accessible again. At least when it comes to the dream planes. But even the astral and primordial seas, not to mention are finally open to us again after all these years. It is a true miracle to witness in our lifetimes. So the portals haven't always been there? I didn't know that. Who put them there? Well, that is a very good question. And one that would blow the scope of this conversation beyond its bounds, I would think. You still have to tell me how you summoned that whale. You're right, we're getting off track. As Clay and I talked, he told me about his fascinating friendships with the astral creatures, and his ability to speak with animals as if they share a language. So you asked him for help? Well, he offered his aid. I certainly could have handled it on my own, but you didn't have to. Aww, he's exactly what she needs. Right, that, obviously. Thank you very much, Clay. Anytime. So I summoned it. The ritual worked exceptionally well, and it appeared out of the sky in a wave of concerning darkness. Stars used to accompany them. I mean, there was one star. There was. The whale was even bigger than I had anticipated, almost as tall as the horizon tree. And in its stomach rested a giant sun, the only star of the night sky, whose light had not been extinguished, nestled right in its belly. That sounds unhealthy but beautiful. It was, in a way. The star wasn't the thing to worry about, though. The whale didn't look at all happy about being summoned. Instead, it looked like a wounded animal that was one loud noise away from lashing out. And it looked sick. Its translucent skin was gray, like it was frozen with the coldest of the highest mountains or the deepest death. Ooh, that's not a good sign. Its eyes were pale, almost blind, with no warmth within them. I thought for a brief second, we must fight this beast, before it consumes us and everything in its past. But when I looked over at Clay, I saw a deep understanding in his eyes, like he wasn't seeing a monster, but a friend. So I stayed quiet, knowing that whatever he knew outweighed my fear. You know what it needed, Clay? Not completely. But I knew that look in its eyes. That feeling when you're so scared you get angry, when you want to fight, but you're terrified you won't be able to flee. So I kneeled to show it that I didn't mean any harm, and I held out my last conch shell in my hands. It took a moment to overcome the instinct of mistrust, but then it picked up the shell gently and ate it. I saw the conch freeze as it was swallowed. It looked painful. Wanting to comfort the whale, I reached out and carefully put my hand against its cheek. I wanted it to know it wasn't alone. Aww, he's a gentle baby. I'm sure it needed that. It did. It was so sad it cried tears of golden dust. Its tears turned to ice before they even hit the ground. It was at that moment I realized its body had been cursed with a potent frostbite. I knew it did not trust me yet, so I did what I previously would not have thought possible. Through a hand on Clay's shoulder and the magic of your drink, I was briefly able to transfer my magic onto Clay, allowing him to cure it of its disease. He kissed it on the forehead and the ice burned away, freeing it of the endless chill. It was quite sweet. Ah, that's one lucky whale. And one unusual effect of that infusion. Is that not usually possible? Inspiration is a fickle thing. Such magic is deeply personal and differs from person to person. I always enjoy seeing how others imagine support to look like. Tia's support was very helpful. I'd hope so. Once it was free of its pain, the whale was ready to talk to us. I asked what had happened, and it told me about fighting some sort of evil creature on 2 legs. A human? A creature on 2 legs, so a humanoid then. We assume. It turns out whales don't care much about our appearances. It cared more about all the things being thrown at it. What a mean way to approach a whale. Apparently it swallowed some kind of stone. It could only remember its black and white color and that it tasted horrible. But it thought, I have a strong digestive thing. It's nothing to worry about. Rookie mistake. The two-legged monster just wouldn't stop attacking, so it fled as quickly as it could, trying to find its way home. It felt really bad about destroying the camp. I get why. The worst part about being angry is seeing the wreckage you leave behind. Tia, do you ever get angry? No. I am the embodiment of calmness and self-discipline. Where I come from, they call that repression. Luckily, its anger subsided when it's found its way back. It thought it was finally safe, but suddenly this freezing cold began. I don't mind the cold much. I'm from the highlands and we get a lot of snow in the winter. But that kind of cold it was describing sounded awful. Painful and inescapable, like it was freezing from the inside out. The potent frostbite I mentioned. It seemed the curse took hold and slowly spread throughout its entire body. It tried to keep itself warm by feeding on solar crabs and cosmic squid, but that didn't help much. It just kept getting more scared and angrier and colder, until even its brain was freezing over. It couldn't think of anything other than the cold. So in desperation, it ate the hottest thing it could find. It ate the sun? A star. A star. A giant one at that. It looked deceptively small contained in its belly. But apparently it was one of the biggest ones the night sky had to offer. The East Star. It ate Pharos? The guiding star of the endless seas? It did, and it helped. It kept its frostbite at bay, even if it did not eradicate it. But as you can imagine, such a massive star disappearing did not have the most desirable effect on the astral sea's delicate balance of gravity. I can imagine that. The whale was very confused about what had happened, but it said all the stars around it suddenly started to fall and spin out of place. They crashed into each other, causing more and more destruction with each passing moment. I didn't understand everything it described, but it sounded bad. To label it bad would be quite the understatement. The falling stars ripped holes in Cassiopeia's wings. To think that just one hungry creature could break the entire balance of the universe. It was hurt and scared. It should have endured, instead of hurting others. I don't think it knew what to do. It was dying. It was alone. It didn't know all that would happen. It didn't. I'm sure it tried its best. Its best wasn't good enough. The whale isn't responsible for the horrible things that were done to it. We should celebrate you were able to help it instead of blaming it for its pain. I think so too. Did you also manage to free it of the star in its stomach? No. The frostbite may be gone, but that star is a part of it now. It has become the first of a new kind. Damn, it became a new species. A sun humpback whale. And probably the last one too, as all the other stars in the astral sea have been snuffed out. We will never be able to see the night sky again, and in turn, that whale must forever live with its guilt nestled in its stomach. You're right. Some things are forever changed now. That's kind of the point of disasters. But perhaps the star doesn't stand for shame, but the pride of its survival. We shouldn't be sad that most are gone, but happy that one managed to make it through. Besides, we may have lost the night sky's starry companions, but we managed to gain 2 new friends. Even the worst of situations can lead you to light sometimes. I like that. You should never be sad about finding new friends. Speaking of friends, on the way back we ran into this traveling souvenir shop. I bought friendship bracelets for Tia and I with little whale charms on them. Ah, that's so cute! But she didn't want to wear them just yet, so I'm waiting until she's ready. That's very nice of you. Right, Tia? I'm just They're a hazard for fights and could get caught in things. Sure, I'm looking forward to see how they look with your armor. Tia also found something for you at the souvenir shop. That's... She said it reminded her of your tavern. And now that I've seen it in person, I agree. Now I'm curious. What is it? It's a stained glass thing with a snake on it. That's pretty. Oh, that's a very pretty mosaic. The shopkeeper told us a little bit about it. Supposedly, this piece of art represents a new beginning after a hard-fought battle. Kind of like the rise of the sun hunchback whale. That's very fitting. Thank you, Tia. So, Tia, aren't you glad Clay was there to help you? I suppose I am. You really are? You are surprisingly competent. Perhaps one might even say I could not have done this entirely without you. If one was to be extreme about it. I think someone like you could do anything alone if you put your mind to it. But that doesn't mean you should have to. I'm always happier when doing difficult things if I have help from other people. Well said, Clay. I'm shipping them so hard right now. Stellar teamwork, you two. Keep it up. Will do. Much more importantly, clearly our quest was not successful. What are you talking about? You cured the sun humpback whale and you found out why the stars fell. You even made new friends. What more could you want? We still haven't the slightest idea who caused all this. An angry humanoid figure? And that is who exactly? Well, we can rule out you, me, and the innkeeper. We can rule out you and me. Ouch. No hard feelings. I believe you're innocent, but sometimes evil hides in plain sight. One must not be led astray. I understand. Paranoia? Paranoia is a hard habit to break. Clearly, someone orchestrated this. It seems too random and methodical to have been an accidental side effect. I must find out what hides in the darkness. If something like this happens again, it could end in a calamity the likes of which we have never seen before. Don't worry too much about it, girlie. This is just kind of how oblivions are around here. I wouldn't call this just another oblivion. How often have you seen stars fall from the sky? 0 times. It was asleep when it happened. Or I was asleep when it happened. And now that it's over, there go my chances of ever witnessing a supreme meteor shower. You should not wish to witness such horrors. Tia's struggling with like everyone around her. They're so much more positive and like random, and she's so like methodical. Some horrors are fun to look at. Listen, love, when I was your age, I used to worry about stuff like this all the time. This weirdo over here did too. We all did at one time or another. Okay, you didn't need to call me a weirdo. But I know from experience that making such a fuss about it won't get you anywhere. These bite-sized calamities are part of the natural order of things. From chaos to balance, to chaos and back to balance, everything just switches around in a never-ending cycle. Sure, it's good to keep an eye out, but you don't have to give yourself an aneurysm over it. Just pick up a quest if it worries you, and follow the natural flow of the universe. Good advice, Una. That way, if you're lucky, you'll end up retired like me. Such a leisurely attitude only leads to failure. And even then, someone is always going to save the world in the end. And that someone is going to be me. Ha ha! Oh, the youth. Anyway, old enemy, got another drink for me? I'm running dry. Anytime, Una. Are you still running low on energy? How about another strong one? You got it. I think I give her the pirate one, so let's give her the Southern Brawler this time. Southern Brawler. Something strong for the most strong-headed lady I know. Weird way to admit you've lost every argument against me. But this drink is splendid, I'll give you that. See, with one of these, your worries will be washed away with flavor. Good or bad, depends on the day. I find your apathy borders on tragedy. And I find your hero complex unsustainable. Oh, damn. Remember, kiddo, they don't build those statues for folks who are alive. Who cares about statues? My purpose is my purpose, and I don't care who immortalizes me. No one's purpose is to die, girl. Life is much more meaningful than that. Anyway, my purpose is winning at cards right now. Good luck with your delusions. I apologize on her behalf. It's fine. Tia, are you dying? No. She was purely speaking in the hypothetical. I'm not sure what that means, but it doesn't sound like it could damage your armor. But you know, maybe we should listen to her advice, at least a little bit. My granny always says with age comes the priceless wisdom of mistakes. I think your grandma's advice would be much more helpful than whatever a failed hero has to say. You think retirement is failure? One's post should never be abandoned. If you can still serve this world, you should. Not sure if that's bleak or inspiring. The latter. It's a little bleak. She was right about one thing though. The past is full of terrible disasters that were prevented. Which means that this too could have been attempted before, if not very successfully. Knowledge of something so vile must be scarce and well guarded, maybe even abandoned. I have never come across anything like this anywhere in the Aperture's library. Granted, the Aperture has been the only standing for a little over 2 decades now. Its library can't be that vast. Many of the Order's books were relocated to the new stronghold. But I do believe that we don't currently harbor the knowledge I seek. For that, other avenues must be explored. What are you considering? We could ask everyone we come across until we find someone who knows something. Good idea, but that would take far too long. I think we should look for the Everbloom archives. Is that a book club? An ancient one. Everbloom was one of the great 7 Mahidan archives. The Gaian one, to be specific. Legend has it that there used to be one on each plane, even Tuat, the plane of the dead. They were once filled with all the knowledge of the cosmos and grew in size every day thanks to their fearless archivists. But then they fell to an unknown foe and have been lost to time ever since. I believe one of them could hold the answers we seek. Innkeeper, do you perhaps know where to find this archive? Nope. Not much of a librarian, unfortunately. Disappointing. But you could keep an eye out for it, right? You could ask all the scholarly people that pass through here. Rumor, Everbloom. The Maiden archives that once held infinite knowledge of the cosmos. The Gaian Everbloom could hide answers no one is quite ready for. Of course, I can do that. Perhaps you can start by asking that bounty hunter when she's done with gambling all her money away. You could ask her yourself. I would rather not. I'll take that terrible task off your hands then. Wonderful. You won't need more than a day to take care of all this, right? I could do with a little more time. Nonsense. We don't have more time. I need your full commitment on this, innkeeper. This is very short notice, as are disasters, typically. Hence the vigilance. I shall return to a fully prepared quest tomorrow morning. Alright, if you say so. In the meantime, you should rest. Don't be ridiculous. I have things to do, people to help, prayers to consult. Una was right. A good night's sleep would do wonders for you. I could even offer you some coupons to a beautiful swap spa. Fine, I'll take 1 or 2, though they won't be put to much use. If I rest now, who will this world have faith in? I shall see you tomorrow. It's always nice to see burnout happening in real time. Don't worry, I'll go with her and make her some soup. Ah, soup always helps me when I have a headache, and it looks like she has a big one. Do you want some soup as well? Yes, please. I'll bring some by tomorrow. Do you have any allergies? No, thank you, Clay. Anytime, then the recipes will be a surprise. Have a superb day. I'll take some of those coupons too. Wonderful. Talking through everything really helped. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that. I hope you held on to those seashells. Catching up with some astral friends might make you feel a little better. Actually, I was thinking I could use the shells to make some friendship bracelets for Tia and I. I want to carve them into stars. I think that sometimes you have to make something beautiful out of the things that hurt you. Otherwise, you're left with anger that has nowhere to go. Do you like being angry? No, I don't, obviously. Me neither. But we all get angry sometimes. It's not the most fun, but it's important. Never getting angry doesn't solve anything either. It just makes you smaller and smaller until people no longer see you as someone they need to think about. That is so true. At least they're not scared of you. Anger doesn't make you any more of a monster than silence makes you a saint. Be a whole person, Clay, and don't be scared of who that is. I'll try, Innkeeper. Thank you. I hope you find your way back to yourself too. Clay. Information. A giant/earth echo. Barbarian. Highlands. Neutral good. Strength. Clay is a sweet and gentle half-giant. He loves animals and can communicate with them. A skill no one should underestimate. He believes in the good of people and is exceptionally empathetic. On the other hand, he is also very strong and a remarkable fighter. Thank you, Clay. Me too. He is way too empathetic if he knows that I'm lost right now. Just saying. They're still gambling, and it's night. Oh, hello. Top of the evening to you. Welcome to my tavern. Oh, what do my magical eyes see? New faces, new acquaintances. With whom do I have the pleasure today? No way. A speaking skeleton? Haven't seen one of those in a long while. Hello there. How incredibly rude of me to leave out introductions. My name is Scully. And he's so polite as well. You can call me Una, Mr. Scully. And that one over there is my friend Jade. Ah, a fellow Maeda, but with more skin left. He was the same type of person, which isn't more immensely difficult, I suppose. Glad to make your acquaintance, Una and her friend Jade. Una has a pretty necklace. Jade has a pretty necklace. But Scully should be named. I'm curious about both. Hold on. Scully, shouldn't you be named after a gemstone? Or as far as I'm aware, Maeda last names reference their bones, no? Correct. But I cannot remember what my poor bones are made out of. Death has left quite a lot of gaps in this head of mine. Let me have a look. Looks like alabaster to me. Hard to say without a thorough analysis, though. Alabaster. That does sound familiar. Like an old name, perhaps? I'm not sure, but it's worth investigating. Thank you, Jade. Still, let us stick with Scully until we have more detailed information. I do think I should be going now. I still have work to do. What a coincidence. I happen to want to say the exact same thing. But wouldn't it be rude of us to leave that distinguished gentleman all by himself? I think one of us should definitely stay a little longer. Isn't it cool that both of you have bones made of shimmery gemstones? That is true. I haven't seen another Maeda since I woke up. So anywhere between 2 weeks and 2 centuries ago. See, it's a match already. It would be a shame if the two of you were to become friends. Huh? Anyways, see ya. That was quick. Indeed. I guess a woman her age knows what she wants. Oh, hello. Good mythical morning. It's well past sunset, Hex. That might be true, but it's still morning somewhere, I know. You got it, but today I'm not here to talk with you about primordial magic. Today we're going to celebrate my sister. Oh, hello, you're cute. Greetings, everyone. Come on in. Pleased to meet you. My name is Scully. Jade. You can call me Hex, and this is Grace, my little sister. Yes, I know she's taller than me. You can keep it to yourselves. We're here to celebrate, not to roast, though some fire might be fun. No fires inside, Hexagon. If you insist, a fireless party it is then. My bones are aching for a party. I haven't attended one in what feels like an eternity. What's the occasion? My wonderfully talented sister successfully defended her wizard doctoral thesis just today. She is very pretty. I like her little wand too. She kind of makes me think of Glinda. She can now call herself an actual full-blown selenite witch. It's not that special, honestly. I beg to differ. That's a majorly big deal. Congrats. I must congratulate you as well. Quite an astounding achievement indeed. You're very sweet. Thank you. I have to agree with everyone. You should be proud of yourself. How about a drink on the house to celebrate your graduation? Hex already told me you're a real magical connoisseur. I would love to taste one of your creations, Innkeeper. But I don't know what to pick. Could you recommend something to me? Of course. How about a drink for your wits? Your brain must be tired after debating your professors all day. That sounds lovely. My brain could use a little pick-me-up. Coming right up. Okay, my mom is home. I'm gonna go say hi real quick. Let's see. So you want something with intelligence. So let's see. Oh, peak sunrise works. Peak sunrise or sparkling nebula. I think this one matches her a little more. Let's see. What do we need? What do we need? This will probably be good. Or this one is better. Oh my god, I want it to go in the cup, please. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's see. We need some more intelligence. A tad of this. Dexterity. And a tad of charisma. Peaks sunrise coming right up. I'm gonna have to finish after this day, but I think we're almost there anyways. My, this is delightful. See? Told you. She definitely knows her craft. Say, innkeeper, do you have a PhD in mixology by any chance? Last time I checked, no, but I do have a lot of experience. Took me a while to get a hang of it. I can tell. Your drinks are really tasty. I could easily go for another round of debating right now. She's so cute. I love her. Is anyone else up for a drink? Nah, not yet. I'm still energized from earlier. Scully, Hex, what about you two? I'm good. I don't want to steal the show today. I would love a refreshment for these old bones, actually. Perhaps something that'll bring back the charm of the old days. At your service. Okay, so he wants charisma, I'm assuming? Yes. Sunny Breeze. Thousand Winds or Spoken Heart. Let's do that one. A bit of strength. And a bit of defense. And one Spoken Heart coming right up. Here you go. A drink for a charming gentleman. For the charming gentleman. Oh, what a lovely taste. It warms my bones inside and out. Shade. Maybe it's an undead thing. Well, theopractically it would be impossible for a magical drink to warm one's bones. You just need, in your wild dreams, Hexy. Maybe leave those experiments to someone with an actual laboratory for once. Ah, all that talking about studying and degrees brings back so many old memories. I also was a scholar once. I spent my years as an archivist. Of course, I knew this was gonna happen, but also at the Gaian Everbloom archives to be precise. Before my, well, supposedly eternal slumber. I've read a lot about the old archivists, but I've never had a chance to talk to one. Well, obviously, they're all dead. All of them? Yes, the archives were destroyed ages ago. They're mostly a myth now. Oh, that's quite sad. A lot of knowledge must have gotten lost with them. I guess so. If you wouldn't mind, Scully, I'd love to hear more about them. Maybe we can revive some of that old knowledge. It would be my pleasure, but sadly I cannot remember much of my research. All those years below ground without sunlight don't seem to have been good for my memory. It's been a few centuries since I've been alive, so I'm not even sure where one would find the archives nowadays. Or their ruins, rather. Character information unlocked. Scully. And Grace. Scully is a Mahida and the personification of a gentleman. And he's, well, dead. Or unless he was dead for quite some time before he rose again. But contrary to his fellow undead, he returned consciousness. Before his death, he was an archivist in the Everbloom archives. He cared for and archived all kinds of knowledge and history in the world. Mahida have surnames matching the gemstone of their bones they are made of. He remembers the word alabaster. Considering the color of his skeleton, it would certainly be a match. Grace, we don't have her full information yet. Do you remember the environment surrounding them? Maybe that could help. A little, I believe. I might have even woken up close by. My early memories as a skeleton are quite hazy. During my lifetime, the archives were located deep underground. Gaia's lively blessings were juxtaposed with a hostile and lifeless mountain range. They were surrounded by nothing but rocks and boulders as sharp as talons and fangs. Even if you made it out of the mountains, you'd be greeted by either dry steeps or a poisonous lake. The liquid in that lake could singe the meat right off your bones. I knew someone that fell into that lake once. I remember it as if it was yesterday. Well, that sounds like not the best place to build an important archive stronghold. wouldn't necessarily agree. They say the books and scrolls of the Maiden archives contain all of the mysteries of our world and the realms that surround us. Of course, you have to protect that knowledge. Would be a shame if someone... Anyways. I think I know the place Scully's talking about. Oh? It sounds like the gravel mac. Sharp rocks next to a poisonous lake. There's no way a location like that exists twice, on this plane at least. Or else I would have heard of it. Okay, rumor unlocked. Deadly hideout. The fabled Everbloom archives are located deep within the Gravelmac, a lifeless, dangerous mountain range. I wouldn't recommend going there. I bet it's exceptionally dusty after all these years. But think about all those hidden treasures. Knowledge left untouched for millennia. That sounds a little too ambitious, even for you. Fine. Your delicate wizard sensibilities wouldn't last a day in the Gravelmac anyways. Oh, and you would? Who can say? Anyway, I gotta go now. Shared enough secrets of the trade today already. She's surprisingly good with animals. Oh wait. I've known Jade for years, but it's good to see she's back in the area. She's not the type of person you ever have to worry about. She's strong, independent, and always looking for a new gig to make a living. A little empathy wouldn't hurt her, but that's probably too much to ask for. She's surprisingly good with animals and even has a turtle accompanying her. Only two-headed sheep are giving her a hard time somehow, but through her travels, she's learned how to handle all sorts of people, and how to win against them at cards fair and square, or not fair at all. Thank you for your reluctant service. Oh, Grace. What a lovely young lady. She would have made for a great archivist. And a grumpy one. I'm sure she just had a long day. As have I, honestly. I'm very tired. I'm absolutely sure of that. You should take care of yourself. You seem like the kind of person that does things very thoroughly. But you should still try to relax for a few days. I agree. Getting your PhD is a major accomplishment. It's nothing really. I spent a lot of time researching. Defending my thesis was a mere formality. Scully's and my point still stands, and I'm sure your brother would agree with us. Absolutely. You're all very kind. I really appreciate it. How about we call it a day? It's already getting late. Character information unlocked. Grace. Half-elf. Grace is a Selenite witch who had just successfully defended her wizard's PhD thesis. She's calm and gentle and seems a bit tired of her brother's chaotic experiments. Her older brother... Oh! Oh, a splendid idea, as I would expect from a witch like you. Seems fair. Hope you get to enjoy the rest of your evening, innkeeper. I will, theopractically. Oh, and there they all go. Okay. New quest. Oh my god, I can't. I have to go because my parents need me right now. So I'm gonna save, and save twice just to make sure it actually saved. And I have to head out. Thank you for coming, everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!